Hey guys, welcome to our film study of the Super Bowl. Um, hey, yeah, we're coming. Obviously, we usually have our Friday betting show, but obviously there's no game this weekend. So instead, JD is gonna doing something called a little educational aspect of things. We're gonna be breaking down some film for us tonight. So very special treat. I know all you guys always talk about film breakdowns and film
I want to
study.
talk to you about 8 Sleep, whose pod technology can be added to your existing mattress to cool
What's
you down or
what's
warm up.
that?
Oh,
A little advertisement there. But yeah, so Jay's gonna be breaking down film review for Eagles and Chiefs stuff. So it's gonna be an educational night, guys. So get your notepads out, get your pens out, so make some notes.
can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah. One of the commercials I think was playing in the background. Got some good mattresses, I guess, so
There you go.
the mattress is always good to lay on, man. How's it going, Marcus? You doing all right?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. I'm excited. I was excited about this film review. We do the film review. Last year we did one leading up to the Super Bowl. This year we do it sporadically throughout the year. But it's always a treat when I get to hear from a man who's got a PhD in football. So it's always a pleasure to hear from the.
Always good, man. Always good. Listen, the thing is, anytime I have a chance to kind of break down film, talk about a few things, and it's always, as far as like what we had to deal with offensively, defensively, some of the personnel, of course. We understand how good their defense is. So, breaking down some of the things that they do really well, how we will attack it, kind of listening somewhat to Andy and obviously to Patrick on what they have plans for this defense, and what they feel like is the appropriate, I guess, direction. I'll put it that way. So this is yeah, man. Kind of enjoy doing this thing right here real quick, so it's always good to bring everybody in, like inside the dungeon, talk a little bit about some of the things I see. There's some other teams that have been able to do it to them. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It was good. I was on a podcast last night, kind of talking a little bit, talking some shop with a couple of coaches, and everybody's still talking about the referees, how it's going to be, but also too, like the culture out in Kansas City. What is it that these guys do to make them champions? And so, I said that one of the main reasons that Andy Reid is in Kansas City is because of Dick Vermeil. I think it's a great episode. Everybody needs to go back and kind of go watch that to talk about it. But Dick was sitting there saying there was 3 guys that could have came there and coached the Chiefs, especially get them back on track to where they are. I think we got the best one, Andy Reid. The other 2 were John Gruden and Bill Cowher, and they didn't know if the other 2 were really willing to come out and coach, but Andy for sure was one that was ready to come back on the scene and take the job. And so so happy that happened. So happy that happened because all we did, we've been a beneficiary of his brilliance. And he has, without a doubt, turned these guys into the champions that they are, to now become and set themselves up as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, team or run or dynasty in the history of the NFL. So that's the way I look at it. I think a lot of people are looking at it and understanding what it is. Apart from all the other things, right, that other people have, the nostalgia of, the New England Patriots and what they were able to do, right? But we know that they were marred with a lot of controversy, tainted with a lot of things that people still don't talk about. It was almost like they don't even bring it up. It's like, oh my gosh, Tom Brady, those guys are great. Yeah, they were. But also, too, there were some things that was around them that was concerning, right? For Chiefs concerns that was concerning to some folks on some of the rules. So, for me, man, I'm sitting there still singing the praises of Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, getting to the Super Bowl. I think they said him and Buckner, the only guys that played, 5 Super Bowls before 30? That's
wild stuff.
amazing. That's amazing. And then the difficulty just to get to that game in itself, I think is what people just don't quite understand on how difficult it really is. We've kind of taken for granted that we're so good that that's what we expect. But yeah, that's part of our standard now. To get to the Super Bowl and winning. But the thing is, it takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication. It takes a little bit of luck, guys staying healthy, guys getting back when they need to. But a lot of it is going to really what you do culture-wise and getting everybody to buy in. And so Andy's done a tremendous job of getting everybody to buy in to his vision about what those things should be. Now, obviously, it takes a very talented person that can orchestrate those things, right? And so we have our captain at the helm, and Patrick Mahomes is doing a tremendous job. And I always like going back, seeing some of the film, how they talked about him. Like, they moved up to get him, and why did they go get Patrick Mahomes? Well, you see why. You see why. Not only has he come in and taken the NFL by storm, but now he is in the conversation, at least for me, as soon as he gets finished doing this, and I want to make sure he finishes this product, but being the GOAT. It's me and my estimation of him. And so other people, I'm sure, have their GOATs about how they feel about certain things. Now, look, I have nostalgia because I think Joe Montana is a great quarterback. A lot of things he was been able to do. Tom Brady, shoot, you could say Peyton Manning, some of the guys, what they were able to do with the time that they had in their era. This era right now belongs to the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. And so what he's been able to do out here on the field with the guys that he has, man, to me, it just cements it. It cements that he's the guy. He's the GOAT, right? And like I said, everybody has a conversation. LeBron and Jordan, what is it? You start looking at the numbers and whatnot, what they bring to the team, how to make him better. Well, yeah, Patrick Mahomes, he's done that. He's been able to achieve those things. So we're just looking to continue this ride, man. Just looking to continue this ride. It's a lovely thing, and I just don't want people to miss it. So,
yeah, enjoy every second of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just 3-peat, and then we can talk about the 4-peat on the next day. We can talk about the 4-peat.
That's right. That's right. Because those guys will get right back to work, man. They're going to get right back to work doing the same thing they did to get here this year, right? This football season. So
yeah, because you go for doing something that no one's ever done before to potentially doing something that, like, will far and away you can maybe guarantee that'll never be done before. That'll never be done ever again. And I mean, how many 4-peats have even happened before? Even looking at other sports. I mean, maybe the Celtics did it way back in the day during the Bill Russell days.
Yeah, because he won 11 championships. So yeah, I'm sure they probably had. I don't know. I had to look that up, but I'm sure there's only been a few teams for doing that. Obviously, maybe international teams like soccer or something as well. But as far as like American sports, it's not that many, I'm sure.
Never a 4-peat in the NBA.
What, really?
Never.
Bill Russell them didn't have a 4-peat?
It doesn't look like it.
Wow. Huh. That's okay. Say hi to everybody here while you check it out, man. I see Greg Rose is in the room tonight. Hannah, Zach Devlin, Sweetie is in here. Bubba Knox, what's going down? Bubba Knox, it takes a lot of hard work to be champions. 1,000%. 1,000%. Enrique Trillo, Marcus Malassi, you're feeling better? Yeah, definitely, Marcus. Witchy Hall is in here. Barbershop is in here. Peace and blessings to you as well. Kevin Mars is in here in the house. Let me see who else we got. A Chief for 65 points. So I see in the stream right now. Also, too, man, Jay Kelsey. Um, just acknowledge too, man, some of the things that's been happening in the nation these past couple of days. I just see that there was another plane crash. Um, so tragic, man, to see these things just happen. People's lives being lost.
Yeah, the one that happened in Northern Virginia that a couple of the kids that were on the flight went to my local high school.
Really, wow,
Yeah,
man, that is a shame.
sad.
Good Lord, man. So our hearts and prayers go out to those people for sure.
Yeah.
And also, too, I don't know, but I heard, my wife told me that there was a plane that had crashed in Philadelphia, too, man. So,
Yeah, the videos are pretty wild from that because apparently it crashed into a bunch of row houses.
wow.
Yeah,
So
very
sad.
sad.
Yeah. So pray for those families. Everybody being affected by this, for sure. Sad thing, man. Absolute sad thing.
And by the way, Celtics did back in the 50s and the 60s. They won 8 straight.
Celtics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I knew they were some bad boys, man. I kind of figured that.
Looks like 59 through 66. They won 8 straight.
No.
Yeah, so that's so 4P will be something that will be hard to capture in the NFL if they can get to that.
Mm-hmm. Ricky Trillo said the plane was on its way to Springfield, Missouri, 3 hours from KC. I don't. What plane is that? So
you might be talking about the one from today. I don't know, but I read it was a small aircraft, the one that crashed in Philadelphia. But I think they're still bringing out news from that. So
sad, such a shame, man. Such a shame. I think, man, as far as what I hate about all of this, man, is just the whole politicization of everything, trying to do those things as opposed to having a heart and empathy for people like they should. So we need to do a much better job the way this thing is going. So hospital transport, Learjet headed to Missouri. Gotcha. Thanks, Sasha, for that, letting us know. So let's pray for those people in the crash today and the other day too, man. Everybody being involved. So much silliness surrounded by it, man. That's what it really just rubs me, man, the wrong way, and it should. It really should.
Yeah, it's the pointing fingers, like Kevin Morris says, need to stop the blame game. It's the pointing fingers, and it's the conspiracy theory stuff. It's the same old conspiracy theory stuff behind it all. It's like, I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Zach Devlin, spread the love. What this world needs now is love, sweet love. That's right, love,
Amen.
sweet love. No doubt about it, brother. No
Amen.
doubt. Just don't quite understand where we're being attacked for, like where our hearts become hardened, and that's really what it is. Selfishness, greed, like you said, passing responsibility and accountability, to others, and that's where's the decency? The decency, and the respect for people's lives. So,
yeah.
It's maddening, man. It's maddening just to see these things and hear people talk about it in those ways. So, need to do a much better job. Absolutely. Blame game has to stop. Ridiculous. 1,000% barbershop. 1,000%. So,
yeah. But yeah, well, chief concerns, like we always say, whenever there's a tragedy that happens, we always try to provide, obviously care, love, and prayer, but also to provide some levity and fun in football. Because sports at the end of the day, it's a way to connect everybody, but it's also a way to kind of escape some of the realities of life. But and that's why we're here, JD, to provide levity, love, and care.
That's right. That's right. Sports are supposed to bring people together, but we should be able to do it without sports, Marcus. Really, and that's the problem right there. Yep. I see. Everybody gets into their own little echo chambers and silos about particular things, man, and it's not enough of that, like putting things to the side and coming together and talking about these things, But the powers that be, they don't want that. The powers that be, they want people at each other's throats, So the vision of it. Jason, what was the name of that pizza place here in KC? You did your show from here in KC area. It was Arturo's Pizza. Arturo's Pizza is it's right there beside, what's it, 39th Street? That's what it is. So right there with the barbecue place, Q39. But Arturo Pizza, man, perfect. Enrique, you want some good pizza? That's the place to go, brother. That is the place to go. So go check it out. Tell them JD sent you. They'll take care of you, man. But all the aesthetics, the paintings, and everything, man, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous setting in there. So you'll be able to just to really enjoy the interior, and also too the people that's there as well. So play some good music. Like I said, good people. Got a good crowd of people that come up there. So yeah, go on up there, man, and tell them JD sent you. Okay.
There you go.
My spot.
The hookup, connect right there.
There you go. Yeah, put it on your list, man. Shoot. I'll be negative. There you go, my guy.
There you go.
There's it right
there
now.
You go.
Yeah, my brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yes, sir.
So JD, you want to kind of give everybody kind of a preview of what we're about to watch and what we're about to hear from you with this with the film study tonight.
So, so like I said, we're gonna dive in, man. We're gonna dive in a little bit, talk about some good things. We'll conversate, and I'll say it this way, Marcus. We'll talk about obviously their offense, their defense, what our offense looks like. Because one of the things that we spoke about was how do we believe that Creed Humphrey? We said this on Wednesday. How Creed Humphrey is going to do against Jalen Carter? How's it going to look, right? How's Jalen Hurts going to look? Now with his knee the way that it is that going to be a significant blow to them as far as what they do offensively? I do believe so. I think it's going to slow him down a lot, to be honest with you. So I know they don't want to say it. Obviously, he's going to play the game. He's going to have that knee brace on. But some of the things that they were able to do this year against some of the more formidable teams that they played, he was able to utilize his legs. So I think right now he's being stifled with that, which is in our favor. So, we'll talk about that, but also too how we want to attack, like I said, the defense. One of the things we talked about, see, Sasha said, I think they call less RPOs. Possibly. I know and we'll go through the film study. I do believe that their middle is wide open. They have good linebackers, are very good against the run. In the past, not so much. And one of the things that we do a great job of is finding holes and windows in defenses, i.e. Travis Kelce, more so than anything else. So he's going to be incredible for the things we do. The magnitude that Travis Kelce will have on this game, his impact, is very important. It's very important. I do believe that matchup in itself is what's going to put us over the top. I see Travis Kelce probably having at least 7 catches this game, at least 7. So if we don't have 7 catches, man, I'm like, well, then somebody else is going to have to catch him in the middle. But Travis, I do see him somewhere about 7 catches, 89 yards, somewhere like that. And I think he'll have probably a touchdown. We were talking to one of my boys today, and I do believe that Travis Kelce is going to score the first touchdown in the game. So I know it's not a betting show on Friday, not a usually betting show, but if that's one of the bets, you heard it here first, Okay, JD. All right, heard it here first.
Yeah, you can do for score bets too. So
Yeah.
there you go. JD's already marking it down for next week.
It is, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, yeah, let's get this thing rolling a little bit, Marcus. Let's get this
do it,
thing
baby.
rolling. Okay.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right.
So one of the things I wanted to kind of talk about was looking at their defense. Okay, they run a lot of man and zone. Vic Fangio, he does a good job as far as getting the guys in positions to make plays. They are a very athletic football team in the front seven. They are. Their secondary is good too. They're young though. They're a young secondary. All these guys can run around. They do a good job. But I do believe if they decide to run man, it goes to our advantage. They decide to run zone, that's in our advantage too. I think because of how our offense is structured and our scheme and how we decide to attack people, we hold the cards. We really do. As long as we don't make any mistakes, we protect the football. We should be fine. One thing that we have to do, Marcus, and let me go ahead and say this right out front, is we got to be able to run the football. They have to be threatened with us being able to run the football. The Ravens right here, I do believe that the reason the Ravens didn't win this game is because obviously mistakes and turnovers. They had this game won. They should have beat the Eagles. They really should have. I think actually going like through this, kind of watching this game, I believe the Ravens had a better team, top to bottom. So, but hey, that's the thing that happens. They're one of those teams, man. If you leave them hanging around, that's what you don't want to do, especially with a talented running back like Saquon Barkley, who can at any time strike and hit his head on the goalpost. So that's what you got to eliminate immediately, that you cannot get him going. Okay. Not only that, also too, Goddard on the other side. We know that we've had some issues covering tight ends in the past. I'm sure they'll try to exploit that as much as possible. AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, they do a good job catching footballs. But I think if we put our hands on those guys, that's to our advantage. And what I love about our defense as Spags is we're a very, very physical football team, especially playing corner. And so I would give Trent McDuffie and all those other guys, hey, we know how to match up well. We know how to match up well. Jalen Watson, it'd be a good matchup on the outside with AJ Brown. Safety wise, voting those things, we know we got to hunker down to cover the tight end. So in this clip, what we'll see right here is actually the Ravens offense against their defense. We know with the big boy up front, okay, Carter is a guy that we need to stop, okay? But as you see right here, Zay Flowers had a good game against them. He had a very good game against against the Eagles defense. And the Ravens offensive line protected Lamar pretty much the entire game. Not only that, but also Derrick Henry was able to have a good game against them as well. Let me see if I'm going to pull up some of the stats, but we'll got to kind of check some of this out right here. So let's go ahead and just go through it. So Lamar's sitting back, play action. Okay, steps up in the pocket. As we see right here, this is all zone is what they're running. Now the push is to man. Now we can see man. You see cover one. You see the single high safety. So it is man. So this is our advantage. I said this is two things that you look at for our advantage. Okay. As long as we protect Patrick Mahomes, okay, we should be fine. I think this one right here, Marcus, I think it's going to go actually to the side view, and I think the pass is the one after this. So let me see. So we're talking about like just having Jalen Carter up there, right? So this is so this is what big boy can do now. He's athletic, man. He can be a terror. He can be a terror. On this one, man, they just decided not to block him. They just didn't block him at all. This is on the left tackle. So I don't know why they're not scoop blocking on this. And he's coming down and trying to get the inside shoulder of this guy and going up. So also, too, with this on jet motion, sometimes what you do is you leave the defensive end out there that he just outruns the defensive end. So it could have been some of the play. Also, right here, go back on this one. What's going to happen with us, too, is you'll see kind of the pick routes, the shallow crosses. We do a good job of this. And you'll see it right here. Bateman is wide open. This right here should be a touchdown to Mark Andrews. Travis Kelce's a better tight end than Mark Andrews. Nothing against Mark Andrews, but Travis Kelce, he'll have that and score a touchdown. He will. He'll make that. Okay. This is the one. It's another one with Zay Flowers. See how the middle opens up? And the thing is, what the beauty of what the Chiefs give you, okay? Go ahead, rewind it a little bit, is they make you look at everything. And so that's going to be the issue and the problem with the linebackers is they have to cover their tight end. They have to cover the running back. Those things will open up this middle. And so this can be, Xavier Worthy, Juju, D-Hop, whoever it is, Travis Kelce. But as long as we give them that action for them to look at and to chase, this middle opens up. And that's all I've seen on film against them was that middle open up. Not just against this, but also to the playoff team against the Rams. The Rams did the same thing. And that middle's wide open. The middle was just wide open. So Zay Flowers had a good game against them. Gets there behind Dijon a little bit. This is another thing that we need to utilize as well, Marcus. The back out the backfield. And so when they decide to open up and push, especially right here, in man, zone, that we should know that this should be open. That late leak should happen. Go back to that real quick. But still, this action of just pushing, you got to push the guys off. And what Patrick and Andy were both saying is they got to start fast. And I do look for them to take a shot early. I would immediately when I come out, I would take a deep bomb to Hollywood Brown, okay? A deep one to him or Xavier Worthy. Immediately soften up the defense. That's what you want to be able to do. Put them on the heels early. So Zay Flowers did a good job pushing up. This lane open, I think one of the things that we don't necessarily do is get Kareem Hunt the ball more as we should out the backfield. He has great hands, Marcus. He has really good hands. Catch the football, him or Pacheco both. Pacheco's gotten a lot better as well. So these leaks, we see Samjay Piran do this also in the game last week. Almost kind of looks like that play, if you will. But once you soften up that defense, where you make sure that they're pushing up, they got to back off. They have to. And we know because of our speed kills. That's one thing that you cannot coach against. It's going to be a hard thing to do is speed. And we got a whole lot of it on our offensive side. Okay, we got the fastest guy out there. Now, this is something we were talking about too, Marks, right? We were talking about this right here, this little whip route that Higbee runs down here. Decide to give his zone or any type of man, just sitting those, it's going to be open. Higbee runs a nice little route, nice little whip route, or you call it a stag route. Just goes outside, clear it out. And this is where I said the linebackers kind of get lost, okay? Zach Bond he's such a good athlete, hell of a linebacker, but this is not his strength, okay? It's in coverage and finding where guys are. As long as he can see it, that's where he gets you. If he can see it, then he can go. Why? Because it's more like a special teams guy, right? They talk about how great he was on special teams. Special teams, you got to be able to see it, and then you go and just go play. He's a very good linebacker. But anytime you get behind him, okay, where he can't see and he can't feel where you are, that causes problems for it. Higbee just catches this, man. He just makes a play. Stafford just puts it on him. So I think you could kind of eliminate that speed rush too, the pass rush. Same here. Okay, so we're looking at the same thing. See the back fluence, he picks up the linebacker blitzing. Okay, we'll go back to it. It's Puka right there behind it. I'm trying to tell you, middle's open. I just start going over these games, and I'm just like, dang, God, the middle's open all the time. And it's hard. It's tough. It's tough for linebackers, especially like that in the zone. What do the guys do? We have guys that are very cerebral, very intelligent, and they know how to get open. And then you got to deal with and contend with a Travis Kelce that knows how to work, zones and areas. Man, this is. Sasha says, "Wow, I mean, Sasha, when I'm sitting there, I'm going through the film. This is exactly what I see over and over again, and it's going to be tough for him. It's going to be tough for him to cover this. So,
look at the space. I mean, look at the space in the middle of the field right there, man.
Yeah, and because we do so much movement and shifts and stuff, Marcus, they have to cover that. They have to respect that, and so we give them so much to look at. We can hit them with the wide receiver screen. We can hit them with, the back out the backfield. Travis Kelce, Juju, D-Hop, Worthy, Hollywood. I mean, these guys should feast in the middle against this game. Absolutely feast. And that's one of the greatest things that we do is we throw the ball in the middle of the field. And so I just love what we can do against this defense. So now, okay. So I'm gonna shift to our offense, and we were discussing, how would Creed Humphrey and the offense look against Jalen Carter and those guys? And so what I brought on, I was like, man, you know what? Let me give kind of a defense, okay? Vita Vea, okay, a monster inside, right? One of the top guys, actually, PFF has actually rated. I think they had him rated higher in total than they did Jalen Carter. And Vita Vea is, he's a dominant force. But watch how Creed Humphrey and those guys just work against Vita Vea in this defensive front. So, I mean, this is how we need to look on the offensive line against the Eagles' defense. Their front seven. Last week we played a really good ball. Okay, same thing here. Look at all the movement we have that they have to contend with. So we just need yards, chunks. We get plays like this, 5 or 6 yards at a time. But I want you to watch Creed Humphrey's feet. Okay, Joe Tooney right beside him. Just watch their feet. They have fast feet, staying low, coming off the football, under control. And watch how he just gets under Vita Vea. This is textbook as a lineman. This is what makes Creed Humphrey so good. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. Just the movement of getting the movement. You have 3 things happening in this backfield right here. 3. I mean, look how we move the linebackers, and this is what all of this is for. Okay. This is the purpose of the movement, the motion, the turnover. This is the reason. Because you want to get the linebackers moving laterally. You don't want to coming downhill as much. And as long as we can do that, let our offensive line move. Look at these steps by Creed Humphrey. I mean, this is textbook. Boom, boom, boom. I used to always tell my lineman, man, when I hear a lineman, I want to see your feet go boom, 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 boom. And it's got to be the steps. Your feet can't be high up, sharp, and stuff like that. Boom, 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 boom. Kind of quiet feet, man. This is a beautiful play. Now, we talked about that Higbee, that little whip route. This is kind of pretty much the kind of same concept. This is D-Hop down here running this slant. Ball. This is it. It's what you want to see. Pat strikes and put the ball on somebody. Ball. This should be easy money. I'm looking for D-Hop to get a touchdown too this game as well. Travis Kelce, D Hop, Kareem Hunt, those three guys definitely going to score. And then you got Xavier Worthy. So that's going to be your four. It's going to be your four. But this right here, D Hop needs to have opportunities like this. At this split right here, where he's actually at, he can run a route inside or out. And I like him on both of them. So if they line up on D Hop is so creative with what he does, so intelligent, high IQ guy. He's got it. He can if he wanted to run to his outside shoulder and run an out route, the ball will be right there. Pat throws it on timing. He almost had it last week, and I think he was a little bit too wide on his what's the name? His stance where he was, his split. I think that's what might have been some of the problem. Okay, so it wasn't a boundary throw. This was, he was so a little tight. But if he keeps a split like this, man, he can do whatever he wants to do against him. So now I'm going to talk about this. Okay, it's just my thinking, and I just kind of not taking away from anybody. Not taking away from anybody on offensive line, okay, especially like Mike Caliendo. But if DJ Humphries, watch this rep right here. If he's anywhere close to this, I mean, and I get, everything's been working well with Joe and Mike. I think with our offensive line, getting that run game going and whatnot. Is there going to be a switch in the game? I don't know. I'm going to put that in the back of everybody's head. So I just wanted to kind of show that. I thought it looked good. I took a little bit of this clip right here, man. Just took a little bit of it. Same thing, back out the backfield. Definitive for Pat. Ball. We need to do more of that. Now, we want to push the ball down the field, and we should. But these little dinks and dump, if Pat doesn't have it immediately down the field, right there to the flat, to the back. Now, okay, get the ball into the hands of the playmakers and let them make plays. Okay. One thing I don't want to see Pat do in this game is running around as much as he has in the past. I think once he's the definitive as far as like his choices, that's how we need to play fast. So that's what I'm looking at as far as like when I hear Pat and I hear Andy talk about these things about playing fast. This is what we talk about, quick decisions. And almost like Sasha said, maybe don't want to do as much of the RPO, but you still have it. That's still in your repertoire if you want to just pull it out. Okay, it's still in your hip pocket. Anytime you want to bring it out, you can. But we need to get Pop. We need to get Kareem out leverage, get the ball in their hands right now, and let them get up the field. This is just as good as a run, if you will, Marcus, for me. Okay, because the guys got such great hands within themselves. They can make plays. Now, one of the things we seen last week, obviously, he was running a lot of counter. We was running some power. This is another one of those things you see our offensive line playing well. Trey Smith just comes and just buries the linebacker on this. Kareem Hunt right up the gut with this. I mean, this is under the center, hand the ball off and just let him go. This is beautiful. This is exactly how it's supposed to look. It's a hard hitter right now. We're looking at A-B gap. That's how it should be. That's a B gap run. If you look at it, okay, when they make their count. I want y'all to see. I want y'all to see y'all tight end, 8'7". Everybody talks about him catching football all the time, man. If he's on all right, he's the left tight end. He's on all right. Check his joker out, man. Watch this tray block. Tray block means tackling tight end together, okay? Going to the backside backer, all right? Which on here would be number 3. Shoulder, get him moving. This is perfect. Boom. Dad, got it. This is the things people don't talk about on Travis Kelce. They don't talk enough about this. But when I'm telling you doing a hell of a job, he's opening some of these holes up for Kareem Hunt. The reason our running backs are able to catch these up here, go back to that too, is because of 8'7". doing a hell of a job. And also too, I don't want to diminish Noah Gray, my tight ends, kicking out. He's coming over here in motion and kicking out as well, right off Travis's butt. Kick out. Boom. That's good. That's a good fit. Then watch Trey just bury him. I mean, once we get our running backs into that second level, Marcus, this is where we want to live. This is exactly where we want to live in this against them in this game. We got to be physical against this team. Okay. We can't be afraid of contact. We can't be afraid of just going out there and hitting these guys. And I think it's what we're getting ready for. Okay. Because everybody's talking about how good they did. Yeah, they're a good defense. They are. But we're a damn good offense too. We do a lot of good things right. So we got to understand, man, that we have the guys up front to get the job done. We got to be maulers. This is the game to get it done. This is the game right here to show everybody that leaves no doubt. I don't want to hear nothing about refs or Taylor Swift. I don't want to hear any of those things, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to lie straight up and we're going to kick you right in the teeth. That's what's going to happen. That's how it should be. So let's see what we got right here. Trav in motion, always good for us. Same thing. Look at Trav. Sending it right up the middle. Goes right in there. He's going right up the gut. Zoe Powell, boom. Look at Joe Tooney. Look how he finished. This is what I love. Look at Joe Tooney just finished on this. And so sometimes what happens is, during the course of game, if you start passing a little bit too much, the guys get a little soft. They sit back on their heels. Okay. We can't allow them to do that. We got to let them put their cleats in the ground and come off the football. All right. This is what offensive linemen want to do more than anything else. They want to do this. Okay. Just watch them. Watch Juwan Taylor and Trey Smith on this. Yeah, got it. That's beautiful right there, folks. That's beautiful right there. Look at Creed Humphrey on Vita Vea. Look at that. You think, look, he's treating him like a little boy. That's grown man football right there, baby. That's grown man football. Go back, look at them. Look, they hyping each other up. Look at Trey and Juwan hyping each other because they know they're destroying these guys out here. That's how it's got established. You know who's going to run hard right up underneath it? There's Kareem Hunt. He can't wait to get to that secondary. We need to get him there. Him and Pop. Need to get them both there. Look at Creed underneath. Look at Trav. Look at that. Look at Trav assert himself right there in the B gap. Joe Tooney kicks out. Trav right there. Watch Joe come and finish it all up. Anybody standing around a pal, fold everybody up that's around there. Anybody standing, you hit anything that's moving. Look at that, man. That's physical football. That's physical football. And that's some of the element I think Joe misses is being able to do this. It's running and being able to kick out and then maul somebody and finish up. These are perfect fits, man. I'm telling you, this is textbook runs right here. B gap, power, counter, same blocking scheme, the same thing. All it looks good. Look at them. Look at them. That's when you got guys get in the field. Now, it's what they do offensively, okay? And I'm going to go to their offense now, what they look for, and some of the things that they do somewhat well, all right? They do this little kind of pick, okay? Well, for one, they run it two ways, all right? A.J. Brown runs kind of behind the defense, same thing, RPO. Jalen Carter, Jalen Hurts is watching this, okay? RPO look, Goddard runs to the flat, okay? They really like this play. They kind of kept standing out in different games to me. They like doing this. And it's the same thing. Either throw the slant to A.J. Brown. If he's not running hard, you know it's going to Dallas Goddard, okay? You know it's going to Dallas. So for us, we got to be able to attack. When our safeties come down in the paint, we got to know immediately they're going to look to try to throw something behind you. And if you got that flat, maybe you got to cover two corner. It's coming up. You got to go make that tackle right now. What I love about it is You see the cushion that the corners are giving A.J. Brown now? We're not going to give him that type. We ain't giving a cushion. That's why our defense is so good. We don't give you cushions like this to just run these slants. You don't have an unimpeding route run against us. Spags challenge you every single play. And that's what I love about it. He wants you to put your hands on it. He wants you in the face, A.J. Brown and those guys. He wants you to try to get over the top, throw that ball, okay, for the lesser catch, right? The low percentage throws. He wants you doing that more so this. Lance can run all day. They giving them this. So let's go ahead and look at it, right? So watch Goddard come to the flat. Brown, there it is. So how they try to get it out to you. Now, leveraging, ball. Thing is, Jalen Hurts is not going to be able to get outside like this. Just a little bit right there. There it is. Same thing. Go back to it. Same concept, right? Flat, right behind it, you got the slant. Out leverage. Hurts ain't going to be able to move around like that. He ain't going to be that mobile. Same thing up top. Same thing. You see Brown, he's running hard now. Why? Because he's running the slant. That's a giveaway. As soon as you see him take off like this, he is running that slant. If I'm the corner, I'm driving on this football. I'm driving on immediately. I don't really see him do a lot of double moves and whatnot. But you see that whole concept flat to the slant. That's what he's reading. It's an easy read. It's an easy read for the quarterback. So there it is. Could be the RPO, same thing, RPO, right? Saquon Barkley, try to get the linebackers up, throw right behind them. Okay? It's just the concept. That's what the concepts are in football. Come up, see how they block him. This is RPO. That's all it is. So they're going to try to do a lot of that. Same thing. Up top, pick route, boop, Goddard.
Man, H didn't even run a route there.
No, and so this is what we had to look at when we're physical up front, right? Because A.J. Brown just tried to run us off. So he's running this natural pick because he's like, I'm running this route, right? I'm ref, I got to run this route. He's on me. So this is what we got to be aware of, okay? When we see something like this, because then all of a sudden it's got it right there in the flat. Try to turn up, touchdown. Cal Hamilton couldn't cover it. Couldn't cover it all from back there. Somebody has to be there. And I know we'll cover that. I know they're going through this field study like I am. I'm just looking at the tendencies. I'm looking at the routes that they like. And so and what gives them that threat is because you got Saquon. And so you gotta play that. You have to play that. So that's what it looks like. That's the play they like. They like that play.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I gotta say some of the stuff here, pointing out Kelsey's blocking. I mean, I know it's a underrated part of his game that he doesn't get credit for, but yeah, man, I really did. I love seeing this.
Oh man, this is textbook great stuff. At each other's hip. This is what. So when you have a trade block, any combination block, okay, whoever has most of the man, you're asking a guy that's comboing with you, push him over to the guy you on the combo with you, right? You let him overtake that block. You push him over, you go up to your man. This is textbook. Can't get no better than this. Shoulder, keeps his eye on the defender, ball. There it is. Travis gives him so much help, he's able to just push him down. Look at that. Travis is the one knocking him, and then, that's Wanye just buries him. Look at Trey. Watch Trey on that last one. Look, just watch him. You see Trey right there, man. Just gets physical.
Yeah. So you think? I mean, I think someone in the chat said, like, do you think that is something that we should kind of establish the run to kind of get physical with them right out the gate to show, just to pretty much say we're not afraid of your front. We played against like you guys and better.
Absolutely. We're going to get some great defensive fronts, right? Tampa, uh, Chargers. I mean, you name them. Shoot, Denver. So, I mean, we could go on and on of the guys that we go against. You know, shoot, the Raiders, same thing. I mean, we going to get some really, really good defensive fronts. So we're not afraid of this at all. Not at all. And I think we have to establish the run. We have runs like this establishing Marcus right out the jump. It opens up an entire playbook. That's what it does for us. Okay. And so not only that, but also it helps out our linemen. Like I said, we don't want our linemen sitting back on their heels the entire game. We don't want you starting off like this. Okay. Sitting back on your heels. We need to go ahead and come off. My brother says easier said than done. I tell you what, everybody been saying that MT, they have. They've been saying it, but we've been making it easy. We've been making it easy the past few years. So say nothing new to us. We went against a great defensive front last year against San Fran. Greatest linebacker in the game, if you will, if they said, right? All these other things, but these guys know what they need to do. They know what they need to do. But we have to establish the run up front, have the guys get their cleats in the ground and come off the football. What do you do with a Jalen Carter is you got to hit him often and early. That's what you do. So he don't kill you in the fourth quarter. You slow it down. That's what needs to be done. And so once we do those things with Kareem Hunt, we have the O-line blocking the way that they were just blocking like we just shown, then it changes everything for us. Changes everything. Now everything else opens up. We understand now that the linebackers had to come up, it opens at the middle. We just seen that. I just showed the film study. They leave the middle wide open. They leave it wide open. And we got guys, burners, they can catch the ball in the middle, can get open in area, zone. It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. We got the best in the business. And what we're going to do, let's take it up top. If we decide to throw one, immediately take it up top to them. That's what you do. I throw it out. Matter of fact, if I'm Pat, I'm throwing it out of the stadium. I'm throwing it out of the stadium. And just, hey, overthrow them. I don't care. Throw it out of the stadium. But you know right there immediately, those guys are thinking now this could happen any time during the game, right? Establish a run, play fast, throw it deep. You got to cover every blade of grass. And that's a hard thing for a defense to do. So
we have a few star comments here. So this is the beginning of the episode. Bach 87. I'm convinced JD's pregame speech last week won us the AFC Championship. Appreciate the contribution, brother. But I think he's right.
Appreciate it, brother. Well, look, I tell you what, I'm gonna have me a good one. A pregame speech for us next week. So this thing's gonna be for all the marbles.
That's it. And, that's it for a while. So yeah, you better bring out your A game for your speech, JD.
I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna be like somebody said they had some suspenders like rerun. I might bring my suspenders out, my chest out, and let's go. Like the old school back in the what's that beach in California? The jokers wearing suspenders.
Muscle Beach.
Yeah, Muscle Beach, where they just muscles just hanging out, man. He got suspenders on. So we're gonna be ready to go, baby.
Jacob Donabauer, if we can get the Eagles to move away from the run game by getting up by 2 touchdowns, that would be a huge key to securing a W. Appreciate the contribution, Jacob.
Absolutely. And I think it's what Andy and Pat both want to reiterate is they want to play fast or to play immediately. They just want to make sure that they cover all the field. And so I do see them coming out fast, trying to score points immediately. They are not slowing down. It's not going to be one of those games. And so everything they're going to do is going to be a purpose to say each and every play that we do is to win, is to hit a touchdown. That's what we had to think going into the game. Okay. And I've said this, Marcus, and I keep saying it. It's never about them. It's always about us. It's never about them. It's always about us. It's about our execution. It's about our perseverance. It's about our, what we do as far as protecting the football, but also to understanding what the tempo of the game has to be. And as long as those guys, Coach Nagy and Andy, come out with a nice game plan and understand that, they're going to be fine. Okay? They're going to be fine. So yeah.
Yeah. I think, we talked about the middle of the field being a big issue for them. And then now you see, looking at even more of the film there, that's been kind of a thing the whole year. If you can attack that, you can exploit that. And we have the offensive mind to kind of create plays to do so. And we also have the guys in the field between Kelsey, Juju, Worthy. All those guys can be a problem in the middle of that field.
Yeah. Like I said, their defense has never seen an offense like we got. They don't. They haven't seen one. As many of the guys that they have played and teams that they have played, they have not seen an offense like ours. That's a fact. That's just reality. They just haven't. So it's going to be a special thing for them. And I guarantee, man, them jokers are going to be up, biting fingernails, staying up late at night, and they need to, because we're coming after them. We are absolutely coming after their defense. And so same thing against, their offense. We're coming to hit them in the mouth. We're going to be bringing blitz. We're going to be playing hard on A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and Goddard. We got to be physical with those guys up front. And we can't let Saquon Barkley get off. We stopped that. I think what Jacob was saying, you get up 2 touchdowns, they'll get away from some of that. Now, they know that guy can go score anytime he wants to. He can do some incredible things back there. But you take him out of the game, man, make him one-dimensional, shoot, then that's all she wrote. That's all she wrote.
Then we got a 3-peat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. C.M. McBride says, is it possible to win championships without a special type bond between the players and the coach and locker room? I don't know. I don't think so. Because guys got it. Part of like what means buying in is guys need to have a purpose of having each other's backs. The tight bond is guys care for each other. They love each other. And they know that this guy right here has my back. I got his back. Anything happen, we are all in this. We are all in this together. And it is hard when you have somebody who's in a locker room who's not with their program. Because what ends up happening, you start causing dissension. And that's the first thing that comes in. You start destroying the team. Is dissension. And what we were saying earlier, Marcus, about the things that people want to do to this country cause dissension. The thing is what's trying to happen. And the thing is, togetherness is what brings you through things like this. Tragedies, any type of adversity or whatnot. Togetherness brings that. Togetherness. And so we just need to understand that. Same thing, the locker room, boardroom, it doesn't matter. Wherever it is, family, everybody's got to have each other's back. Everybody's got to be balled in. And if you're not, well, you're not going to be champions. That's not with the Chiefs. Chiefs ain't with that, man. Andy has forged a culture here, and he has nurtured it all the way. And these guys here understand it. They understand it.
Yeah. They wouldn't be preparing for a 3-peat if they didn't have that bond and chemistry. So
that's right. So Spags will sell out to stop the run if it comes down to it. Somewhat. Nah, he'll I wouldn't say sell out, but he'll definitely trust the guys up front. Demetrio, I think he'll trust the guys up front. If he needs to bring another guy to come downhill, he'll do that. He'll put a guy in the box. But I think one thing Spags does not do, Spags doesn't necessarily commit fully to just one thing. He may give the illusion of it, which is what he does well. The brilliant Carla bringing the corner on that last against Josh Allen, been setting him up the whole entire time. And then when you don't think it's going to come, catches you and hits you. So we looking to do a lot of that. Looking to do a lot of that for the game. Kurt Spruhan. Oh, that's a new name. What's up, Kurt? So I'm thinking the Chiefs pass rush is going to get done serious action. I agree with you. That's the key. I said it like last week. It's the unsung heroes, names you don't really hear a lot of. Who stepped up last week for us? Mike Pennell. Turk stepped up for us last week. Mike Dannon stepped up for us last week. Okay? So Chris Jones didn't have to be the guy, even though he came in and did what he had to do. Menahu, hopefully he's get this rest on his knee so he could come out and just be a beast. Next week, same thing with Lofkus, FAU. We need our linebackers to play well this game. Bolton, Tranquil, Chanel. We know those guys to play really well. Secondary, need to play really well. McDuffie, Watson, Johnson, Williams, right? Reed, Hicks, Connor, Cook. All those guys need to play well. And they will. They will. So, JD, do you think they'll spy Barkley? No, you don't really have to spy. I mean, you know that the linebacker, man, they usually have him anyway. For him, you just got to keep him kind of bottled up. He's just a dangerous guy in and out. The thing is, you just can't give him daylight, a glimmer of hope. And it's what is so important for our D-line to play well. Like, you can't pick a side on D-line. Like, you got to take two guys and try to push them over in the blocking scheme, create a pile, and let everybody else come downhill. If you let their linemen, they got really good linemen, get up to our linebackers, it's going to be a long day for us. It's going to be a long day. And so our D-line has to play well. I'll say it again. This game is going to be won in the trenches. It's going to be won in the trenches. So I'm going to challenge those guys up front again. Offensive line, defensive line. Where the big boys play, where they hit every single snap. That's where the game is going to be won. So.
There you have it. There you have it, guys.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we hope everybody enjoyed the film study session. I know it wasn't our usual Friday night show, and it was a little later than usual. A little technical difficulties to start off with. But, yeah, we'll be back on Monday, and Monday is a normal week now. We have media night on Monday. So JD and I will be kind of doing a show alongside the media night, the media, what do they call it, opening night now, Super Bowl opening night. So we'll be kind of doing a show alongside that, kind of commenting on what we're seeing while you guys ask questions away about anything that you want to talk about Monday night. And then Wednesday, we'll do our normal show, the last preview show for the year. And then Friday, betting show, and then Sunday you got our usual Super Bowl, and you got the post game show after that. So just next week will be like a normal week for Chief Concerns. So yeah, get ready, guys. It's gonna be a busy week and a fun week. So let's enjoy it, baby. Let's enjoy it.
Yes, sir. And your boy's gonna be on a few podcasts. I'll try to send some things over so everybody get out there. Kind of on Twitter. Kind of took a little break this past week, but I just want to thank you all coming out there. Shasta, appreciate it. Great show. I learned a lot. Thank you. I hope you did. I like this. This is film study. This is what I do. As a coach, it's what we do. Pro Fan Talk. Hit me up. MT, we're going to have you back. I'm going to be on your show. We're going to make sure that happens. I'm going to definitely hit you up, my brother. I'm going to definitely hit you up. So go. If y'all get a chance, y'all make sure y'all go and follow my guy over here, Pro Fan Talk. Speaking of Eagles, but, we play together. EKS, my brother right there. Marcus Thomas. We was on the show with each other together, man. Does an amazing job. Breaking things down as well. So we'll be on each other's show for sure coming up. It's a great time. Great time. So I'm going to say bye to everybody. Demetrio Spence, The Barbershop. Appreciate it. Greg Rose, Don Peterson, Kevin Mars. More than welcome, Kevin. And Pro Fan Talk, my brother Marcus. I will see you. Like Brennan. Didn't even need my money roll. Okay. Yeah. No. Mike, I gave him a good one out here. I said Travis Kelce was going to score the first touchdown. Okay. It's going to be the first one. Sasha, thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Maria Desjarnes, Drew Boucher, thank you. Go to war every Sunday, my man. Always. Sam McBride, good to see you. Good to see you. YB Negative, keep wearing that jersey, brother. Keep wearing that jersey. Take a picture and send it to us. YB Negative, love to see it. We're gonna wrap Barkley up. We're gonna make sure we get rid of, take care of him. Brian Gales, the less of our D line we need to contain and force Barkley back to the middle. All of Barkley, big and run, come running to the left. Well, we'll get out there. We'll make sure we contain him. We just got to be fast, come up there and jot him down and know he's going to hit that hole. We're going to meet him right there whenever he decides to hit. We're going to meet him face to face. So appreciate it as well. Kurt Spruhan, definitely those guys going to get in. Let me see who else we got on here. Jacob Donabauer. Thanks, Jacob. Appreciate it, the contribution. Thank you, sir. Lonnie Pyramid. Good seeing you, my guy. Been seeing you in a while. Perfection 2K. Turn the whole room red next week, JD. I'm gonna have a little something in here, baby. I'm gonna have a little something in here. So be here and come and watch what I'm gonna have in here. Rerun 61. What up, Rerun? Trey L. Good seeing you guys. You too, Trey L. Chiefs will handle his business, no doubt about it. Kevin, good seeing you, Kevin. Play good defense every week, no doubt about it. So this ain't nothing new for us. Nothing new, nothing to be worried about. Cody Runge, good to see you as well. Zach Devlin, good seeing you. Coming in, saying what's up to it. Enrique Trillo, good seeing Nafis Foster. What's going on, Nafis? Didn't see you step in the room. Good seeing you. Stu Thompson, good to see you as well. Great stuff. I'm rewinding to the beginning. Good. Check it out, man. Check it out. So who else we got in here? Sweetie was in here. Probably go up here and give me something to eat. Chief for 65 is in the house. And listen, as we said before we got here, man, Bubba Knox is in here as well. Seeing him. Don't want to miss him. Like we said earlier, get a chance, man. Make sure that you pray for the families, everybody being affected by the things that's going on right now in this country with the airplane tragedies and whatnot. Please keep them in your prayers. Please help out. I think I seen something. Somebody sent something out as far as maybe helping some of the family stuff out. We could do that as well. If you're able to give, that appreciate it. But this is one of those things, man. We need to do a better job of coming together, caring for one another, having empathy for one another. It's almost like the locker room. United States is a big locker room, man. We got to bring this thing together. All this silliness is going out here. Divisiveness got to stop. It's so ignorant. So everybody has some ignorant talking points of dealing with this stuff, man. Hey, man, how about we just love one another? How about that? How about that? We come together and try to do something great for one another. When people are hurting, they're going through pain, those are the times we come together. And we need to understand it. So we need to stop the silliness that's out here, all the conversation and talk, trying to put it on this person, that person, and all this stuff. It's so silly, so stupid. The ignorance, man. We letting our ignorance shine more than we letting our respect and our character show. That's the disappointing part. So we need to get this thing right. We will. So enough of that, man. Y'all take care. God bless. We love you all. Marcus, my brother, love you. Thank you all for coming out here tonight to see the little film study that we did. All right.
Love it.
Take y'all. Thank you. God bless. Love y'all. Y'all take care. We will see you on Monday. All right.
Love you guys. Love you, buddy.
Love you, brother.
Amen.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.